For commentating roller derby.
But that trick never works, Rocky. Roman toast tops around the outside. The disgrace. So all three of the jammers I expected to see from both teams out. Scooby Snacks out for the lead.
Indoor stadium.
And I will say this is not the way I expected this to go.
To be honest, I did expect to see it a little bit closer at this point in the game.
To 22 at this point. But South Central have such a wealth of experience as Atis gets lead community sport. That's life.
Love.
So Glam and Roman both playing for the Sydney Roller Derby League charter team.
So Roman straight down the inside is out. Is your lead?
What we'll see is 3 to 4 points from Roman and then a call off, but it's not. So jam starts with Minky completely
out of position. I saw that too.
Yeah, Glam versus Atis. As the refs blink their eyes and just tell themselves they didn't see what they. Now, and speaking of, Moxie is jamming versus Roman Vitriol for the first time.
Moxie taken to the outside of the track, recycled there to the back of the pack.
And this is the other thing that we're talking about, is trying different. Roman was still on initial.
Craig jamming for Sydney Roller Derby League.
Yes. One thing I really like about this game, you very often see the same 3 to 4 jammers for each team for the entire game.
Moxie standing in the penalty
review left. To give them any chance of coming back, they probably need to call a timeout after this and then call an official review after the next jam. So we will see if Sydney are content to run this out till the end of the game, take the win, the 4 points or the 3 points. I don't know what the tournament.
A great team of officials, so we thank every one of them for their time this tournament.
And speaking of years and years of experience, yeah, some of the names on that, they're back. And Scooby versus Disgrace. Disgrace just knocking Scooby casually down on the way through to get lead jam.
Glam takes over though, puts a hit on as the jam is called off.
Glam knocking Atis to the ground at the last possible opportunity. Glam with a power jam. So
Pack rolls back over the jam line before the start there, or as the jam starts there. Glam comes out, is your lead jammer, stepping through the pack there with ease.
Yeah. So I think what happened at the end of the last jam was that Scooby was successful in calling off the jam in a situation where they should not have been able to call off the jam for reasons of she may have gone out of bounds and then back in and then called it. So getting a penalty after the event, allowing Glam to put 8 points on the board before Scooby even steps onto the track to do their initial. Nearly gets through, but gets knocked down.
Glam picking up more points there.
So I feel like I'm in a good position to talk about the experience on the South Central team.
But I particularly wanted to call out Glam and Moxie as very experienced skaters on this group.
So you have Glam and Moxie. So they're just Scooby versus Disgrace again. Oh, Scooby recycled, back by 2. I don't think legally displaying it in their hand. The star has been passed to Minky. And as I said, I believe that Minky is holding onto that star too firmly and not adequately displaying the star and not being held to account. And are 102 points to 75.
So a 27-point game.
Just tantalizingly close as Glam gets lead. 2 up goes to the bin. And Roman awarded lead and then given a track cut, which I'm not surprised about. I had questions, but I wasn't certain. Moxie should be awarded lead. Or
we'll come back to that.
We will come back to that, but Moxie picking up 4 points. An hour north of Sydney, and Southside, as the name suggests, is
Well, a good half an hour south of
A
Sydney
good
for the
half
most
an hour
part of
south
it.
of Sydney. So half a lap behind. 1, 2, 3, 4 points for 2 up. Calls it off. Going to the Junior World Cup in July in Brisbane. Playing for Team Australia.
And of course, if you find Central Coast, I think, page on Facebook, you can find some details on how to support.
Cause the turnovers, to put the pressure on, to make the mistakes. And this is the thing when we talk about power jams, it's like, oh, did the jammer do naughty? And it's like, very often it's about the pressure. Now we have 2 up, running around the outside, picking up lead.
Gypsy
And of
take-
course, Gypsy getting lead for South Central. Tiss nearly getting through, but stepping outside, getting recycled all the way back. So
Start
here's
comes
a
off head.
big opportunity for South Central to get some points. Gets past 2, gets past 3, gets past 4. Took the pack at the back and held pack at the back. That meant that Tiss could have gotten past a couple of hips or given it a go, but also she followed orders as 2 up, and that is for the best. Glam facing up against Scooby.
Glenn takes the outside, steps around, is your lead jammer. Another example there of great offense in the pack, making that path clear for Glam.
Yeah.